Right now, at this exact moment, you're losing a game you didn't even know you were playing. Think about the most massive financial empires and schemes in human history. We've seen men pull off huge scams, and we've watched the rise of companies that sold nothing yet reached billion-dollar valuations. But all of those events, as massive as they were, revolved around physical money, physical assets, or physical debt. Today, we're looking at an entirely different kind of economy. It is an industry that generates hundreds of billions of dollars every single year without producing a single physical product, without asking for your credit card, and without ever sending you a bill. You've probably asked yourself recently, why can't I put my phone down? Why did I just spend 2 hours scrolling through a feed of short videos when I was supposed to be working or sleeping or living my actual life? You probably blame yourself. You think you just have bad discipline, a short attention span, or a weak character. But that is exactly what the architects of this system want you to think. The truth is, you aren't lacking willpower. You are a biological organism playing a zero-sum game of chess against a supercomputer, and that supercomputer has been programmed by the smartest behavioral economists, data scientists, and psychologists on the planet with one singular goal: to keep your eyes glued to that glass screen for as many seconds as humanly possible. Today, we are going to act as your systemic manual. We are going to deconstruct the human glitches, the invisible design traps, and the behavioral economics of the attention economy, explaining the massive, complex game being played with your brain. To understand why you can't stop scrolling, we first have to understand the fundamental business model. In the past, human economies were constrained by the scarcity of information, but today we live in an era where information is wildly abundant. When information becomes abundant, human attention becomes the scarce resource. This is the foundation of the attention economy, a system where your focus is the primary commodity being bought, sold, and traded. Let's break this down to the absolute cynical basics of corporate strategy. How do the world's largest platforms actually make their billions? They don't charge you a subscription fee. The golden rule of the modern internet is this: if you aren't paying for the product, you are the product. More accurately, your future behavior is the product. This economic system is known as surveillance capitalism. These platforms collect a massive surplus of behavioral data on everything you click, how long your thumb hovers over a post, and what makes you react. They use this shadow text of data to create prediction products, which are then sold on behavioral futures markets to advertisers, corporations, and political actors who want to influence what you will do next. The longer a platform can keep you scrolling, the more ads they can serve you, and the more behavioral data they can extract. This creates a vicious cycle known as the spiral of attention scarcity. Because everyone is competing for your limited attention, platforms are forced to design increasingly aggressive, attention-grabbing features. They target our primitive, hardwired attentive responses by pushing content that is highly relevant, emotionally arousing, or visually salient. The background noise level constantly rises, forcing the platforms to shout even louder, move even faster, and be even more extreme just to keep you hooked. But how do they actually force you to stay? How do they hijack your biology? To understand this, we have to look inside your brain, specifically at an ancient neural circuit called the mesolimbic dopamine pathway. For a long time, pop culture has incorrectly labeled dopamine the pleasure chemical. Modern neuroscience tells us a different story. Dopamine is not primarily about the hedonic feeling of liking something. It is about the motivational drive of wanting and anticipation. It is the chemical that compels organisms to seek out rewards. As deeply social creatures, humans are biologically hardwired to view social validation and connection as a primary reward, essential for our survival in a tribe. Social media platforms have weaponized this biological drive by digitizing social validation into measurable units, likes, comments, and follower counts. To your brain, a notification is not just pixels on a screen. It is a concrete biological reward signal. This triggers what is known as the dopamine cycle. But the true genius and the true danger of social media design lies in exactly how these rewards are delivered to you. They rely on one of the most perfectly engineered behavioral traps in human history, the variable ratio reinforcement schedule. Discovered by behavioral psychologist B.F. Skinner, this principle explains why humans and animals become completely addicted to unpredictability. If you press a lever and get a reward every single time, your brain quickly adapts. The mystery is gone. You get bored and you walk away. But if you press that lever and only sometimes get a reward, your brain's dopamine system goes into absolute overdrive. Dopamine release is actually at its highest during the anticipation phase, right before the uncertain outcome is revealed. This is the exact psychology of a Las Vegas slot machine. When you pull down your screen to refresh your timeline, you are physically pulling the lever of a digital slot machine. Most of the posts you see are boring. They are the empty presses. But every once in a while, you hit the jackpot, a hilarious video, a highly controversial take, or a direct message. Because you never know when the next jackpot is coming, the behavior becomes incredibly resistant to extinction. You keep swiping, completely ignoring your physical surroundings, your sleep, and your responsibilities, driven by a manufactured compulsion. Over time, this chronic overstimulation causes your brain to physically adapt by reducing the availability of dopamine receptors. This creates a reward deficiency syndrome, meaning you need more and more intense digital stimulation just to feel normal, while natural, everyday rewards like a walk outside or a deep conversation begin to feel entirely unstimulating. This psychological hijacking is heavily amplified by the frictionless architecture of the platforms themselves. In behavior design, there's a concept called the fog behavior model, which states that for any behavior to occur, three elements must converge at the exact same moment: motivation, ability, and a trigger. Platforms know that human motivation is fickle. It is far easier to guarantee engagement by increasing your ability to perform the behavior. They do this by making the action incredibly simple, requiring zero physical effort or brain cycles. This is where attention-captured damaging patterns, often called dark patterns, come into play. Features like infinite scroll and content autoplay are not implemented for your convenience. They are deliberately engineered to remove all natural stopping cues from your environment. In the past, when you reached the bottom of a web page or the end of a television episode, you had to make a conscious, active decision to click next. You had a moment of friction, a moment to ask yourself if you wanted to keep going. Infinite scroll and autoplay eradicate that friction. They manipulate you into default, endless consumption. This constant, frictionless feeding creates a profound sense of temporal distortion. Studies have shown that when engaging with these dark patterns, users consistently lose track of time, drastically overestimating or underestimating how long they have been trapped in the loop. More importantly, it strips away your sense of agency, your subjective feeling of being in control of your own actions. Lawmakers are finally beginning to notice this systemic manipulation. In the European Union, the Digital Services Act explicitly forbids dark patterns that deceive or manipulate users into making choices that impair their free will and informed decision-making. Yet the platforms constantly find gray areas to keep you hooked. You become a passive passenger in your own mind, guided by an algorithmic stream that requires no cognitive investment. This phenomenon leads to severe executive dysfunction. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for top-down cognitive control, impulse regulation, and long-term planning, is actively bypassed and weakened. The platforms train your brain to prioritize short, unpredictable bursts of novelty over sustained, goal-oriented focus. As a result, your capacity for deep work, the ability to focus on complex, difficult tasks, is systematically eroded. You develop an attentional bias, where your cognitive resources are automatically pulled toward your phone, making it nearly impossible to concentrate on anything else.
Every time you try to read a book, write a report, or complete a project, the conditioned craving for a quick dopamine hit interrupts your thought train. Even worse, this constant media multitasking has been proven to increase error rates, impair working memory, and induce severe cognitive fatigue. The game gets even darker when we look at the exact nature of the content the algorithm chooses to feed you. The supercomputers behind the glass track absolutely everything: how many milliseconds your thumb hovers over a video, what time of day you feel most vulnerable, and exactly what kind of societal conflict makes your blood boil. By billions of micro-experiments, these algorithms have discovered a terrifying truth about human psychology. Anger and moral outrage are the most potent and profitable forms of engagement.
This is the mechanical foundation of rage bait. If a post makes you furiously angry, you are going to stop scrolling. You are going to read the comments, you are going to type out an aggressive response, and you are going to share it to show others how wrong it is. Arguing takes time, and your time means more advertisements served. Therefore, the algorithm actively and intentionally promotes content that it knows will frustrate you, divide you, and enrage you. This constant exposure to hostility triggers your body's stress response system, flooding your bloodstream with cortisol and adrenaline. Prolonged exposure to this manufactured outrage can lead to chronic cognitive fatigue, elevated heart rates, and cardiovascular issues. The systemic impact of this outrage engine is staggering. We are facing a global crisis of informational integrity. The algorithm inherently favors sensationalism, conspiracy theories, and highly polarizing content over nuance and truth, simply because nuance doesn't trigger a massive dopamine spike or a continuous outrage loop. This algorithmic personalization traps users in echo chambers and filter bubbles, creating the false consensus effect. You are tricked into believing that everyone shares your increasingly extreme views, which distorts democratic deliberation and makes the public highly susceptible to targeted misinformation. Furthermore, because we are so mentally exhausted by this constant barrage of high-speed stimuli, we increasingly rely on heuristic, intuitive processing rather than careful, analytic thinking. We begin to cognitively offload our duties to the very technology that is overwhelming us, blindly trusting algorithms to tell us what to read, what to think, and how to feel. The ultimate cost of this attention heist is immense. Excessive screen time and digital multitasking have been directly linked to a host of physical and mental health issues, ranging from severe sleep disruption caused by blue light suppressing your natural melatonin, to increased anxiety, depression, and profound feelings of loneliness. You are bringing a single, tired human brain, with all of its evolutionary flaws, cognitive biases, and biological need for rest, to a battle against a multi-billion-dollar supercomputer that never sleeps, never takes a break, and constantly updates its strategy based on your specific weaknesses. So, how do you win a game where the rules are entirely rigged against you? The only winning move is to recognize that you are a piece on the board and consciously choose to stop playing by their rules. You have to systematically change your relationship with technology. You must realize that your attention is your most valuable, non-renewable asset. It is the raw material that you use to build your finances, your career, your physical health, and your relationships. Every single time you open that app out of pure boredom, you are letting a massive corporation extract your time and behavioral data for free. You are handing over the steering wheel of your own neurochemistry to an algorithm that fundamentally does not care about your happiness or your future. The next time you find yourself mindlessly swiping, feeling that slow, numbing paralysis take over your brain, I want you to visualize the board. Remember the invisible trap. Remember the slot machine variable ratio. Remember the supercomputer that is continuously calculating your exact point of failure. Recognize the glitch in your own biology and forcefully break the loop. Turn off your notifications, leave the phone in another room, and reclaim your autonomy. Start treating your focus, your time, and your attention like millions of dollars in capital,
because to the architects of the modern world, that's exactly what it is. If you found this video valuable and it helped you see the invisible systems running our world, please drop a like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. I know the irony of asking you to subscribe to a channel on the very platform I've just deconstructed, but use this subscription as a tool for intentional learning rather than mindless scrolling.